Mystic Wind. Summary: corruption, redemption, and Boston crime. The mahogany doors of the prestigious law firm, a world away from the grimy stairwells of the Mystic Projects, felt heavier than usual. Jack Marino, star prosecutor turned corporate lackey, dragged his briefcase across the plush carpet, the silence a stark contrast to the cacophony of the courtroom he desperately missed. He'd made it, hadn't he? Escaped the cycle of poverty and violence, climbed the ladder to a life of privilege, a Park Avenue princess on his arm, and a six-figure salary in his bank account. Yet each day felt like another layer of gilded cage closing in around him. The sting of the asphalt still lingered in his memory, the brutal reminder of his time as head of the urban gang unit, a price paid for daring to challenge the underbelly of Boston. Dismissed after the attack, deemed a liability to his boss's gubernatorial aspirations, he'd landed softly in his father-in-law's mega firm, a gilded parachute catching him just as he was about to plummet back to earth. Now Jack was a corporate drone, drafting contracts and schmoozing clients, the thrill of the courtroom replaced by the sterile hum of conference calls. He looked out at the city skyline from his corner office, the Charles River winding its way towards the harbour, a constant reminder of the life he'd left behind, the life that still pulsed beneath his skin. He'd tried to bury it, to convince himself that this was success, this was happiness. But the emptiness gnawed at him, a dull ache that no amount of money or privilege could soothe. Then came the call. A crumpled card with a single name, DiMaggio. A name that resonated with the gritty realism he craved. A name that promised a return to the fight. A capital murder case. The prospect of defending a man facing the death penalty lit a fire within Jack, a spark of the passion he thought he'd extinguished. It was a chance to claw his way back to relevance, to prove to himself, and to the city that had doubted him, that he wasn't broken, merely redirected. He looked at the imposing glass and steel building that housed his firm, a symbol of his current life, then at the card in his hand, a portal back to the Mystic Projects, a place he'd sworn he'd left behind. The choice was clear. He traded his tailored suit for something more practical. He ventured back into the shadows, back to the familiar scent of desperation and danger. The case was a tangled web of secrets and lies, each thread leading back to a network far more intricate and menacing than he had ever imagined. DiMaggio was a pawn in a much larger game, a game where the stakes were life and death, and the players were ruthless. As Jack dug deeper, he unearthed a conspiracy that stretched far beyond the city's gangland, reaching into the highest echelons of power. He walked the familiar streets of his youth, the graffiti-laden walls and crumbling facades, a stark reminder of his past. He saw the faces of old friends and enemies, faces etched with hardship and mistrust. He knew the risks were immense, the potential for personal and professional ruin, even death, a constant companion. But something kept him going, a sense of purpose he hadn't felt in years. He was fighting for DiMaggio, yes, but he was also fighting for himself, for the man he once was, for the man he still wanted to be. The truth he knew was out there, hidden beneath layers of corruption and deceit, and Jack Marino, the man who had escaped the projects, was determined to bring it to light, even if it meant sacrificing everything. He was ready to face the mystic wind, to navigate the treacherous currents, and uncover the truth no matter the cost. He was a lawyer again, And this time, he was fighting for something that truly mattered: justice. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more book summaries and insights. Feel free to check out another video or dive into the full playlist you see now for more great book summaries. Click now and keep exploring.